Hey guys, welcome back to another video here, and today we are doing a old what if, which, well, if you're watching this, you probably already watched the title. You've already read the title, I meant to say, which is, what if Naruto was a girl slash female? And, well, what's so special about it? You've got, you've got the old one, then you've got the reworked one. Well, yes, this is the old one, the first one I ever did, which actually kind of got me to the point of where my channel is today. So yeah, and well, I thought, well, yesterday I was thinking, because I forgot yesterday, even though I kept on looking at the time every so often, I was like, I've got to do something, but I can't remember what I had to do. So yeah, I ended up not recording up until I was in bed. And I was like, oh, I forgot to record. I was like, oh, I know. How about I bring back, try if I can either hear myself or understand where I was. Which last time I tried to, I didn't, so I gave up on that idea of bringing it back. But heyo, I'm here. So, well, not I'm here, but I'm doing it. So yes, I do know where we left off. Which I'm not gonna say where we left off because, well, we left off actually at the start of the last part of the chunin exams, which would be the battle slash Konoha attack. Which is where the Sand Village and Orochimaru attacked the village hidden in the leaves. Yeah, because they would have been weakened without their full Kage, and yeah, and because of also the 9 held attack 10 years earlier, which you'd think, well, more than that, around 12 to 14, I think. Can't remember how old she is in canon, even though she would follow Naruto's age. And also I'm thinking of doing another one, so if I do another what if, you've probably already watched this, as this would probably be airing at 9 o'clock on the day you're watching this, which will be Wednesday, as it's too late Tuesday, so yeah, it'd be Wednesday, so Wednesday at 9, yeah, so I can watch it with you guys. Anyway, let's actually get into this. So, if you want, also this is part 12, so yeah, so if you want to know what happened in last part, watch the playlist. You'll probably not be able to understand anything from part 1, but I would suggest cranking up the volume, and if you've got a TV screen, make sure that's out of volume, cranked up, or if you've got speakers, turn them up to max, because you can't really hear me in the first 3 or 4 parts, and as I go down, you may want to play with them as I go through it, as I seem to go up and down. Then again, it was early days of recording again, because yeah, by that point I hadn't recorded a proper bro episode in almost a year. So yeah, or maybe even longer. But yeah, anyway, let's actually get into this. So yeah, if you want to know what happened in the last part, link will be probably in the description below. Well, the playlist link will be, and at the end of the video there'll be the playlist and whatever YouTube recommends and the latest upload, which would be this. So yeah, anyway, so a couple of, so of course Reue would go, after kind of peeping on, he would try and peep, as this would be, it was like his first day of, say, training Reue, and, he would think, oh, I could probably peep in the case, she can, I can tell her to do some chakra thing, and then, you know, look at these girls, and, you know, he tries that, and she's just looking at him, and she knows what he's gonna do, and she go, Dry, should I call the police? It's like, huh, why do you call the police? It's like, well, we seem to have got a pervert here that doesn't know when to not look at girls when he's training one. I wonder if I should. She's like, as he quickly realises who she's talking about. He's like, oh, no, it wasn't. You know, like, that is like, you know, he just tries making up excuses like, Dry, I saw what you was doing. Now either help me or you go to prison. And he's like, fine. Geez, you're a tough one. He's like, well, I have to when I'm around a pervert, it seems like. Yeah, and you go, fine, so do you know you've got 2 different chakras? It's like, oh, you mean my, like, say, kind of, like, if I were to say, you know, like, my normal chakra would be blue, and then this red chakra, or, as you'd call it, the Nine-Tails Fox's chakra. It's like, oh, so you already know? It's like, yeah, I've been trying to use it. My adopted dad, Kakashi, is, you know, told me to train with, you know, with it to try and get more used to it and to see what I can use. It's like, oh, that's, you know, good. Of course, Stride doesn't realise she can already pull out some of Kuruma's chakra as they have been talking, and now on a better standing, to say the least. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think what I made it sound like in the last part was that, you know, they were best friends, which, if I'm going by the analogy that I made by that, they probably are close to being friends, or they're friends. Like, they can, think if pushed into a hard situation, he will help out. And I'll tell you more in a minute on what I meant by that. Well, later on. So yeah, and yeah. As you know, like, time goes past, and then, you know, Dry is surprised. You know, he can, like, she can get the like first tail out. She can control the first tail, and that's. Apparently, Dry's like, whoa, like, you can already do this, and it's like, this is as much as I can pull out for now anymore, and I seem to almost, like, feel like I'm losing myself at the moment. It's just like, yeah, he's like thinking, maybe we need to do some more chakra control, and so kind of thinks of, you know, doing like, going, here, you know, your dad signed this, and I'll make you sign, you know, and he goes, she's like, what's this? It's like, this is for the toad summoning, and she's like, oh, so I finally get to, you know, have like a summon. It's like, well, you're pretty much the first one, I think, out of the rookie 9 to get a summon. Yeah, I think she was the first one. So yeah. And of course, you know, I'll say she gets, like, you know, she gets not Gambrinta, not the big one, but his son. So it's like small, you know, small one, as he's like, he looks like, he's like, do I know you? He's like, huh? Wait, where's your dad? Where's Gambrinta? As, you know, that while she summoned, I forget his name. Not Gambrinta, Gambrinta's child. Gamakichi? Or is that the one that's just Darpy? Yeah. And as he's I don't know where my dad is. As he's let me try. As he then, as he then summons Gambrinta, it's like, oh, so it did work. Is that, huh? oh, Dry, it's just you, what do you want? As Dry kind of goes off at him as he does, like, oh, is that, if that's all what you wanted was to moan at me, you know, like, pointless summoning me, then as he then, you know, teleports back, he's just like, oh, that was just a waste of time. As I don't think Gambunta really likes Dry that much. Yeah. And of course then, like, well, yeah, some time would pass and she's still finding it hard to summon, even though she keeps on summoning Gambunta's child, and he's just like, you again, hi there. He's like, I can never summon your dad. It's like, well, I think it's more so you can, you're just not letting yourself summon my dad. So, what do you mean? No, like, what do you mean? It's like, well, you know, you've probably believed, like, you know, with Dry, like, Dry can really only summon one toad at, you know, like, one toad at once. Like, if it's more, then you can summon, you know, more than one, but someone like Gambunta, you can really only summon once, but, you know, I feel like you can summon more, like, come on, try and push yourself. As Dry's like, that's enough for today. And she's already tried a good couple of times. So, oh well, I guess I'll be returning now. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see them puss, as she's just like, oh, I've been trying out this forever. As, you know, they eat their dinner, or tea, whatever you call it, and then go to sleep. She wakes up and Dry, like, they're walking back as Dry then kicks her off into a canyon, as she then kind of panics and, you know, uses her chakra and the Nine Tails to summon Gamabunta. As Gamabunta's like, huh? What am I doing down here? Yeah, as he then launches, you know, over, and then he kind of, as she's like, well, at least I finally managed to, you know, summon you. As he's like, you're, it's like, I'm Reue. It's like, yeah, Reue, yeah, my kids told me a lot about you. So, you're a child? He's like, hey there, Reue. I told you I'd see you again today. He's like, huh? I summoned two? Yes, he summoned two. Not one, but two. Yeah. So, it's like, yeah. And, you know, he then kind of has an argument with Dry. It's like, it seems to be his favourite thing to do. But yeah. And, you know, the other stuff kind of happens in canon with kind of, Gambunta's child just, like, just, with Dry, like, just there watching Reue and Reue sitting on Gambunta's head, but she does manage to pass, but then she passes out. As, yeah, she's never really combined hers and, well, Kuma's chakra before, so when she passes out, Kuma pulls, you know, her into a mindscape, so while she's, you know, passed out sleeping, hey, they can talk. As Kuma's like, long time no see, I haven't talked to you in ages. As she's like, yeah, sorry, Kuma, it's mainly because of, it's like, yeah, that Dryer, he doesn't really know how far along you are, so he just thinks you need more chakra control. It's like, yeah. And he's like, I don't know, maybe I do. It's like, it's kind of like, well, to be honest, you do, but it's because of, you know, thanks to your large chakra yourself, so you really don't need to, because you can just brute force it. You know, that was kind of an ingenious thing that you did back then to save, well, our life, was to, you combine yours and my chakra together to, summon that toad. Yeah. And she was, I guess you don't like him. It's like, well, it's like he did kind of sit on me once before. It's like, damn, he's heavy. So just don't think he's a lightweight. He's very heavy. So I won't kill her. Yeah. And mind you, of course, her dad, I forgot his name. The 4-4 Kagi, he is watching her. Or watching them as, he just thinks, he's proud of her, he's proud of his daughter, and to see how far she's come. Mind you, yeah, he's dead, but, it's the chakra that's inside of her. Yeah. And, yeah. And, of course, Kuma's like, well, yeah, I'd say if you can combine that chakra again, you may be able to handle the two tails. Because it seems like when you combined our chakra, it almost acted like a kind of filter to it. It's like filter. It's like, yeah, it's like you pulled the chakra straight from me, but instead of having any malice, it was like it was almost dulled down. Like there was still malice that I had to take. On, say, like the possible one-tailed or even two-tailed cloak, but it was more so like less rage, as it was, only allowing what you could handle, to, put it bluntly. And she's like, huh. It's like, yeah, I did kind of. She's like, don't like, so who knows, maybe I may be into, like maybe we'll be able to like do that kind of thing where like I'm able to become, a full-size student, without using the transformation juice. So don't know, I don't think you'd be able to become me, as like I told you last time. I'd become whatever your gender was, as it'd be yeah, it won't be exactly comfortable you becoming a male. So yeah, like my chakra, like when you become me, like my body would probably match your gender. So like when we do synchronize for the first time, and for times onwards, I'd probably be like when you're when we do it, I'd probably be like a 9-tailed female tailed beast. It's like, it's like it'd be the first time, be the first time ever, and it'd be quite interesting to say the least. Yeah. And I'm hinting at something. Yeah. And of course, oh yeah, as he's like, I guess it's about time you woke up. As she wakes up, as Sukumaru's, there, plus, Sakura and, I forgot her name, Ino. And Ino's also there. Sakura and Ino are there. Oh no, yes, those two are there, not Sukumaru. He wouldn't be there. Yeah. Those two be there, and when she wakes up, they're just like, oh my god, like, what happened? We just heard, like, you was admitted to the hospital. What happened? And she's like, oh, I guess I ran out of chakra. It's like, huh? How can you, the person with the largest, the most insane amount of chakra, run out? Like, chakra balling, run out of it. It's like, well, I was doing some training with my godfather, and well, I guess I just ran out of it, and I ended up passing out, and so he brought me here. As she's not exactly telling what truly happened, because she doesn't really... Well, no, she does remember, she just doesn't know what that reaction will be, and plus they're in the hospital, so I don't think it would be smart, you know, them freaking out in the hospital. Oof. So, you know, she, you know, tells kind of the truth, you know, she was training, so, yeah. Then she's like, well, how long until, you know, the chunin exams, like the last thing? It's like, oh, it's happening, like, it's happening and, like, it's going on tomorrow. It's like, what, it's tomorrow? It's like, yeah, you've slept for, you know, like 3 days. Like, no, almost a week. It's like, what? I've been sleeping for that long? It's like, well, you do have quite the insane amount of chakra, so, you know, there is that. And, yeah, that would probably, you know, take quite a while to fill up. As, yeah, she's just, oh god, you know, no, she's like, dang it, I wanted to train with Kuma for a bit. It's like, oh well, I guess I won't have that luxury. Yeah, as, you know, she gets discharged from the hospital and she goes home. And, well, no, she'll go to the training grounds. Mind you, a more, like, I would say, you know, a more kind of private one. Like, you know, quite far out, so hardly, well, no, I'd say pretty much almost nobody knows about it, besides from maybe, like, well, yeah, I'd say the third Hokage knows, fourth, and, like, Kakashi and Reue, you know, would know about it. And yeah, it's like only, you know, like a couple of people would know about it. So but plus she's been training there for quite a while by herself, so, you know, she's never seen nobody there, so yeah. And, you know, she sits down there, she, you know, and pulls chakra from Kuma. And, like, yeah. As, you know, of course, she goes, so this is the one-tailed state. Like the one-tailed, like the, yeah, nine-tailed cloak, one-tailed form. As then she does what Kuma said, like that filtered thing that she did with, like, using her chakra. Like binding hers and his, and, well, it does exactly that, and she manages to pull out 2 tails. And she's like, oh my god, like, you know, this is so much power. And she's like, well, you know, there's, 7 more tails, you know, to go. Reue, there's 7 more tails to go. You've got still a long way to go. And she's like, yeah, I know. As she goes, I wonder what the third tail would be like. Because Kuma's like, I don't know, but do you think you can take that amount of malice on? It's like, you know, if you can't, I will be the one in control, and I will try and, you know, shut it off or run you into something hard enough to knock you out. Yeah. No, it's then, see, the third or the fourth tail that brings back that kind of black orb. I think it's, no, yeah, it's the third tail. So on the third tail onwards, she starts, you know, you can see like bones and that forming slowly. So yeah, it'd be the third tail. I see pours out more and more, and then, you know, like, you know, she starts seeing her, what looks like kind of mist, black form in that, you know, that, and then it kind of creates a shell around her as she's, you know, she's poured out enough as, like, the third one then forms as is, then all goes black. Yes. The one that, you know, is more known for the rage, she becomes that, but she's able to handle it. Just barely, mind you. She's just barely able to handle it. And, you know, she's like, as then that kind of vanishes, and well, blows up, and shoots a massive shockwave. As she's like, of course, she can't stand on two legs no more. She's pretty much, as Current's is like, she's like, this is so strong, and she's like, also it's taken quite a lot of my concentration to keep control of it. As Current's like, well, at least we know, you're farthest, how far you can go. And she's like, she kind of jokingly says, should I try the fourth tower? It's like, well, if you want to, I'm up for it. And she's like, no, it's only a joke. I know it's only a joke. I know you can't take any more. Because if you tried doing the fifth, you'd probably go on a rampage, which wouldn't really be great. And just make the village hate you even more. So, yeah. As, but, yeah. But yeah, I'd say, like, Reue, oh no, her dad sees it, obviously being inside, and he's kind of just happy to see, just how far she's managed to become, and go. And, well, I'd say Reue sees this as he felt, the presence on Ninetales, and so did, and so did Kakashi, as, like, they appear, but they don't immediately rush in, as, and Kuma's like, I'd suggest you be going back to your base, like, what ball and chain, but more it's like, well, there's two people behind you. Like, not right behind you, but, like, in the trees, watching us, because they think you've, like, lost control of that. It's like, it's like, and she's like, wait, one of them is Kakashi, your adopted father, and the other one is, she's like, that pervy sage, why is he here? So I can accept my dad, rushing over, to, check on me, but why is he here? He's like, well, it's like, well, he is your godfather after all. It's like, yeah, but still, he's a pervert. Yeah. And he's going to say, hey, whoa, calm down there, don't yell at me. It's like, but, and she's like, sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just like, he's a pervert. And she's like, yeah, I guess you're right. As she, turns back to this, she's like, I know, like, she goes, Kakashi and Pervert, I know you two are there. As Kakashi comes out, it's like, you okay? It's like, yeah, I'm surprised you know about this place. It's like, well, yeah, it is, in Konoha, in the Hidden Leaf Village. This is a training ground, so of course we would know about it. And I guess I'm more surprised that you know about it. It's like, well, I've been training here for quite a while on my own. It's like, I could see that. Yeah. It's like, and this guy's like, when were you able to, control the Ninetales Fox Spider? It's like, what, control? It's like, well, it's not really, I'm not really controlling it, it's more so, well, when, talking terms, we can talk to one another, I guess you could say we're friends. As he's like, you're friends with you're friends with that monster. It's like, hey, he's not a monster, you pervert. Yeah. It's like, you won't like that. You won't like that. Then it's like, well, of course I won't let it down. You jump, pervert. Yeah. Yeah. As I said, that's like, I don't think it's my idea for it to be around you. Oh, well, you to be around her. It's like, I guess you're right. As he then, goes off and goes back to doing whatever he was. And yeah, he's like, well, I knew you, you know, like, I knew you controlled at least the first stage, but I thought, you know, you had a hard time controlling it. It's like, well, me and Kuma, we kind of, well, when, you know, like, she'd tell these, you know, she'd tell what she did with Dry, and you'd get pretty mad at Dry for kicking her off, you know, into a canyon. Yeah. You know, you'd get pretty angry. Yeah, and, you know, you'd go, well, at least just say things like, and, you know, and she goes, well, thanks to that, you know, we kind of found out a way where I'm able to just barely control the third stage, like, just barely. It's like, yeah. It's like, I'm not sure if I was able to move, obviously, because I couldn't continue as, well, you two were watching, and well, we kind of agreed that, you know, if I moved G-Smith or that, I've kind of gone berserk or that, so I think it's like, I guess so, and it's like, well, weren't you also meant to be, helping out, what's his name, she's like, oh, you mean, Sasuke? It's like, oh, yeah, him. So, oh, well, we came back early as, you know, he's he is able to do his, you know, like, two-tummy in each eye, so, you know, I told him, you know, that'd be, you know, that's, you know, that'd be good for now, as, you know, like, you know, go back early so we can take a bit of a break. And plus, well, I wanted to see you. Like, is it that big of an issue that I also wanted to see, you know, you? So I'm your, you know, father after all. Well, my adopted father, but yeah. I know what you mean. I just goes, you know, I've missed you too. I was they hug for a bit. Yeah. Then there's something that's like, well, yeah, she she then, you know, sits down and it's like, well, go on then, you know, I want to see if you can move about in that form. I'm curious now. As I thought you might be. You know, she does it again. You know, she goes, you know, 1 tails, 2, and then the black forms. He's kind of like, as, you know, in the kind of shockwave forms again, and it's like, see, you know, it feels like it's getting easier and easier, like the longer I'm in it, the easier it's starting, like it's slowly, you know, becoming easier, as, well, Kakashi kind of thinks, well, yeah, I guess so, like, the more you use it, you know, the more you become familiar of it, so, you know, the more easy you are to control, I guess, the amount of malice that is there. As, you know, Kuma's pretty much, you know, goes, huh, you know, I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, well, I'm not going to try the, you know, 4th tail yet, as I feel like I'm, you know, going a rampage, and, well, nobody really can stop me from this point upwards. It's like, yeah, so, you know, come on, let's go for a walk about then around, you know, this training area. As, you know, she would, you know, try and go up on 2 feet as she immediately falls back down, as, you know, Kuma would go, well, now you're in the 3rd state, you're gonna have to start walking like I do on all 4s. You're just gonna have to start getting used to that, because don't forget, I can't stand up on 2 feet. Or I might be able to, but not for long. You know, I tend to walk on all 4. So that's what you're gonna have to get used to, is she's like, okay. And, you know, she then tries again, and this time she succeeds in walking just on all 4s. Yeah. And, you know, she's like, yeah, that makes more sense, seeing, you know, walk on, her walk on all fours. So it's, yeah. And well, yeah. Yeah, I'd say, like after, a couple of minutes, she feels quite comfortable in it, as she's, well, yeah, at that point, she's kind of training with Reue, to do like a tailed beast bomb, try and, figure that out. And as she does that, Kakashi, sees the thorns, he realizes just what it looks like, and it's like, could that be where Minato managed to? Is that where you was inspired to create the Rasengan? I see, she like they're not trying to fire it, but she accidentally fires it, and she goes, like just before it explodes, she's like, what did I just say? Like Rasengan? What? Like my father created what? Rasengan? What's it called? Then boom, boom, and it's a massive explosion. It's just like, oops, I wasn't meant to fire that. And Kuro's just like, what am I gonna do with you? And Gut's just like, I'm awake. Yeah, I'm awake. Yeah. And he's like, that's a pretty big explosion. Let's hope nobody else saw that. And I would suggest you returning, to your normal state. Because if anyone comes, it'd be a pretty bad idea to, let them see you like that. As like, true, I guess. As he returns back to normal, and she then asks Kakashi again, you said something about like Rasengan, and my dad, creating something called Rasengan. What's that? As he goes, so Reue didn't tell you? He's like, no, that pervert wouldn't tell me anything. He didn't really teach me nothing besides kick me off into the into that valley and give me the toad something. That was it. And it's like, well, I guess I could teach you it, but maybe not right now. As he's thinking, he's like, fine, I'll teach you it. Yeah. Well, no, she doesn't learn it until after. She. Well, no, I'd go. No, it's like, well, it's pretty much like the tailed beast bomb. As I was thinking, once you started creating the tailed beast bomb and like its shape and the way it was turning, like, was that where, he got the idea of it from? It was like, so, like, well, do you know, it's like, well, I guess you'd know what this tailed beast bomb, would feel like. It's like, yeah, kind of. It's like, well, try think of that, but do it in your hand. But, like, it has to spin in, like, all directions. It's like he's trying to explain it the best he can. But, yeah. It's like, Jiraiya's more cut out to teaching you the Rasengan than I am. But, yeah. As you go in and try and explain it to the best of his abilities, as Kuro's just thinks like, she's like, as Kuro's like, just try doing the tailed beast bomb, but in your hand. So, well, try and concentrate, all the chakra into your hand, into the palm of your hand, and then, like, spin it. But if you can't do it with one, try and use your other, like, hand to spin it. And I guess if you can't do that, and you need, like, say, two to, like, compress it, then use, like, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and like, get that clone to spin it, as, you can press it as, oh yeah, she does, and, she goes, oh, and she's like, do you mean like this, Dad? And as she kind of, does these shell crunches, so she thinks she may not be able to do it. So, she tries Kuruma's idea of having, two people that try, as she then starts spinning, as it can, as, she sees it, as Reue sees it starts forming, and then it, properly forms, as, he's just surprised. And Kuma's like, yeah, the only thing I get, well, no, not Kuma, Kakashi would say, yeah, and the only thing you need to do now is, like, keep on, like, putting chakra into her news, stay there, as, that's what she does, and the other clone piffs away. And Kakashi's, like, just surprised how fast she learned how to do it, and he's then thinking, could she master it? And of course, the mastered Rasengan is the one with using, like, the chakra nature, but they don't know what hers is yet. So yeah. And I did wanted this to go, not going for any longer, but did hope we'd get into the actual, like, chunin exams, like the last part, but I guess that will be for part 13. That's if you guys like it. So, well, yeah. So if you guys have enjoyed it, like, I guess, if you guys say, tell me in the comments, you want to see part 13. If I see, enough of that, or if there's, like maybe 10 or 15 likes. Say 10 likes. I don't know. But yeah, if I see that, you guys have, you guys want the original series back, and I'll do more of it. So yeah. If you guys have enjoyed it, like, if you enjoyed it, and you want to see more just like this, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part of video to do, and hey, good. Bye!